So we're here today with Alex Foreman
Yeah.
with another episode of Flight Tales.
Flight Tales.
Yes.
You're not from Lafayette. Where are you from?
I'm from Crowley.
Crowley?
30 minutes.
The
not
rice
bad.
capital.
Rice capital of the world.
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
Huh? I know things. I got these random facts in my head. Yeah.
Y'all have the festival, the Rice Festival. Right?
we had
The Rice Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's popular.
Yeah. Speaking
Yep.
of the Rice Festival, that's when I took my first ever flight. Was
Oh, yeah?
Was Rice Festival. I don't know what year it was, but we went in a little helicopter, little $20 helicopter ride around the fair. Maybe like a 5-minute flight. But that was my first time in the air.
That's cool.
Is that when you knew?
That's
No. I had no idea. Like, even then, like, I didn't even think that flying was like an option, like go and be a pilot.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, how old were you then?
I don't know, maybe like 10.
Okay.
Like it wasn't things I was thinking about back
Yeah.
then. It was just like, I don't even know, video games, I guess.
That's probably what you were thinking about at 10. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool to fly a helicopter.
No, it was awesome. But I
Yeah.
didn't even think it was like, what if I was in the front seat?
Yeah.
No, didn't even think about that. But that was my first time.
So that's not when you realized you wanted to
No.
be in aviation? Another 5 years later, maybe? 6?
So it would have been probably 2022. I was having dinner with my mom and my sister and her boyfriend at the time. Now husband. They're not-
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But they he just mentioned that one of his family members had went and did a discovery flight for helicopters, and I was like, "What? It's that easy?" It just
Yeah, you just
Like,
roll up to the airport and
you
just
you
yell.
just call him. He's like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
go do discovery flight." So I went to.
Were you gonna say you just?
I was
yell
going
out?
to you just roll up to the airport and start yelling and see where you can get a
wanna
discovery.
fly!
Yeah, I want to
wanna
fly. That's right.
So no, yeah. I just realized it was that easy. I started looking into it. I was thinking helicopters at the time because who doesn't want to land a helicopter in their backyard?
I mean, I do.
Yeah, like it'd be awesome.
But I can't fly helicopters. But yeah, no, it would be cool.
Like I still like eventually maybe plan on doing it, but that's way down the line. It's way more expensive to do helicopters to begin with. That's why I decided not to. But after I did the discovery flight, I saw how expensive it was to do helicopters, and I was like, oh hell no. But I'm in the National Guard as well, and I thought about going fly for the Guard. So I started the process. I went and I took my little CIF test. And I started building a packet, and they told me it was a 10-year contract. And I was like, oh, I'm all right without that, too.
I'm good. I'm
Yeah.
good. I don't want to be here for 10 years.
Yeah. Like, it wasn't even that bad. It's just I was thinking about myself in the future. 10 years from now, I'll probably have a family, kids. If I get deployed, that's going to suck. So
Yeah.
I was just like, let me not do that
Yeah.
because I'm looking out for my future self. And then I started doing some more research. And then I found Owens Flight Training online. Just scheduled another discovery flight, but for airplanes this time. Got in the plane, and it was just, this is it.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Love at first flight.
Yeah. Love it first flight.
Did you think going into the National Guard would be a better way to become a helicopter pilot?
So whenever I originally joined the National Guard, I'm a 25 hotel, or I was 25 November at the time, which is like a nodal network operator, system maintainer. So it's just,
Right.
I'm basically,
Can you
I'm about to explain it. Yeah.
Sure.
Basically, I provide phone services out in the field. I do a lot of IT stuff.
Oh,
And
okay.
I
So that
hate-
they can talk to the generals.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I
I mean, because you got to, in the field, you got to be able to talk to the generals.
Yeah, you got to be able to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Communication's important. Got to be
Yeah.
able to access your pay website as well,
Oh, yeah.
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 I operate the truck that connects to the satellite, that connects to the other satellite, you know what I'm saying? Screw all
Is
that.
it better than HughesNet?
Screw all that.
no,
No, it's not better than
No.
HughesNet? Okay.
it's terrible.
Okay.
But I did that for 3 years before I decided I wanted to fly.
Yeah.
The reason I joined the National Guard is I was in college. I was like, college ain't for me. So I just dropped out and joined the Army.
How long were you in college?
Like a semester.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was
Jeez.
going for mechanical engineering.
And then that's not, no.
And like I have the brains for it, I just don't have the patience for it.
Yeah.
I think is what it is. Up until I found out I did a discovery flight for the helicopters, and I was like, I want to fly. I was always like, just kind of like, people were telling me, oh, you'd probably like this, you'd probably like this. Like I never like figured out my thing
yeah.
until I did the discovery flight and started flying, and now I'm like, okay, yeah, I found it. This is it. This is what I want to do.
That's cool. Everybody's always so sure about it too. Like from
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the stories we've heard, whenever that moment happens, it's like, nope, this is it.
Yeah.
There's no changing after that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's that little eureka moment, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow. Because, like, I've never felt this sure about, like, what I want to do in life other than retire early, but...
Save your money. What do you do now for work?
I'm unemployed.
Oh,
Well, kind of.
I thought before you started, during your flight lessons, you had a job.
Yeah, I was doing IT work. Kind of. I was just doing an internship. I was in like 3 years into a 6-week-long internship. I should have been a long time ago.
Did you have to do what training did you have to do?
So
for that?
I went to SLCC here in Lafayette. For like a year and a half. I got an associate's in information technology.
Okay.
And it was in that course while I was there, I want to say it was in my second semester, that I had that conversation, realized I wanted to fly. But at the same time, I was like, I'm not dropping out of college a second time.
Yes.
So
yes.
so I finished it off, and then I started
So
flying
you had
all right.
when you came in here, you finished. You
Yeah,
were
I already
done
had
with-
my associates, and I was
and you had a job,
yeah.
internship.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 6 years internship.
It was like a 4-year internship.
Oh, 4 year. Okay.
Yeah. But they were cool about it. Like they knew, or my boss knew that I was like, I didn't want to do this
Yeah.
the rest of my life. So
Are you still in the National Guard?
yeah, I get out in March.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been?
6 years in
6
March.
years. 6
I'm
years in
excited.
March. So you had to sign the contract 6 years. Whenever
Yeah.
You got in.
So
A little bit better than the 10-year.
yeah, the 10-year contract, like it would have been, it would have cut my 6-year contract in half. So it wouldn't have been like 16 years. It would only have been 13 years. Because
Okay.
I was 3 years into my 6-year contract
Oh, I
whenever I
see.
realized. But it wasn't until I was like at this like big meeting area that the guy was trying to recruit me. He was like, "Yeah, it's a 10-year contract," and I was like, "Oh,
Oh.
you don't say."
Yeah.
So you'd still have 7 years left if you did that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I would still have 7 years left. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a plan B, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's if I can avoid it, I will. It's not from me.
But do they help you pay for college? Like if you do want to go to college?
Yeah. So when I went to SLCC, the Guard, I got paid to go.
Yeah.
Because I had
okay.
we do tuition exemption and fees exemption now too, and then I had the GI Bill on top of that. But GI Bill didn't help me out for this.
Yeah.
But that's if I would have went to a 141 school, like, I don't know where the nearest one is, but
Yeah.
at the time it was probably like Baton Rouge or New Orleans. Like it wouldn't have been enough it would have cost more to go over there and use the GI Bill.
Well, and I've heard some people who have used it say they're limited on how much flying they can do too. It's not like you knock it all out.
Yeah, if you want
you
to
can
do it
only do so
all
much.
with their money, I think
Yeah.
whenever I was looking it up, like if I would have went and got deployed, I could have got the right GI Bill, and then they would have paid for like 70% of it.
Oh, okay.
But I haven't done enough research into it to know like, yeah, you can only fly this many hours. But I'm sure it comes down to they'll only give you so much money a month.
Yeah, I think it was like so much a semester or whatever. You had to be because I know a guy who did his private here and then went to New Orleans
Mm-hmm.
and used his GI Bill, and I think he was talking about how it just took longer because they restricted how much he could fly. If he didn't have the GI Bill, he would have been done way quicker.
Yeah, that's true. But I think the other benefit, there is benefits to it, is like because you also can get your license at lower hours with a 141 school.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more rigid though. I like I don't think I would have liked the environment as much over there.
Mhm.
They probably would have made us wear the shirts with the epaulets.
That's what it is. Yeah, they have the epaulette shirts, and
Couldn't have been.
you only get one stripe because you're a student, you know. So yeah, so you came here, got your discovery flight, and just loved it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 days later, I had my medical, and I was already starting my flight school.
3 days later, that's quick.
Yeah, I did the discovery flight, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I scheduled an appointment. I scheduled it, got it, turned around, came in, turned it all in, and started flying.
Started flying.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so how long did it take you to get your private?
Private, I got it, I think in March, so maybe 5 months.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was flying 3 days a week, I think, until like maybe at the very end I picked it up once I finished the ground school. But
Yeah.
3 days a week was a good bit for me there.
Yeah, and that's about average
Yeah.
as far as like You know, because I mean, if you come 5 days a week, you probably could get. I mean, we've had people do it in 2 months. So
Yeah, I mean, but Brennan did it his whole like start to finish in what 7 months
Yeah,
or something like
7
that.
I think it was like
yeah.
a week and a half or something.
yeah. Like we.
Yeah, like that's too much for me. But he had like a bunch of time off, and like he was able to knock out all his grounds like that.
Yeah.
So it was just
Yeah, you still had to work.
yeah, I had to work, make money, fly.
Did you have any trouble in your private? Like anything that gave you a hard time? Like I don't really
For
get
my
this.
private license, I don't think so. My private license was the smoothest one that I had. No major hiccups other than I lost. I think my flight instructor, my primary, had got a different job like halfway through it. So it was just like I had to get used to a new instructor, but it wasn't nothing. We always had good instructors over here, as far as I know.
And then you started right away with instrument, right?
Yeah, I moved right into instrument. I want to say I did that on Halloween of 24. I did
Oh
my
yeah,
instrument check ride.
yeah. You came in as John Cena.
Yeah, I was John Cena. Put a little muscle suit on.
Yeah.
What is it? The sweatbands that he wears. Can't see me.
Yeah. I think there's a picture of that somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Owens Flight Training.
Everybody can go look at that. So instrument, and then right after that you rolled into commercial.
Yep, I rolled right into commercial. And I think I got my commercial. I did my check ride. Probably took me about a year from my private to my commercial. So I think I did it. It was in early this year. I don't remember the exact month.
So a full year to get all the way to commercial. Yeah, that's
Well, it was
average.
a year from getting my private to commercial.
Oh,
so
I see. I see
probably
what you're saying. Yeah.
if I wouldn't have sat on my butt for 4 months after I got my commercial.
Well, you had some military stuff to do, right?
Yeah, I had
At some point in there. Too.
Yeah, I had like it was like 3 weeks where I went to Mississippi. I had my annual training and all that. But after that, I was sitting there. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm not gonna go do the flight instructor path. I'm gonna go get a job and start flying
that's
right
right.
away.
That's right. You did have that little time where I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
yeah.
I didn't want to be a flight instructor, and then
How'd that go?
it did not very well. 2 months into it, I realized how little jobs there was for.
Did you do a search? I mean, you were, I guess,
I
putting stuff out.
I
huh?
did, but everything I found was 400 hours minimum. And even if you did have 400 hours, you had to relocate to the middle of nowhere, it's Texas or something. And so it's like there was no way to bridge that gap between 250 and that 400 or 500 that you wanted to have, unless like it all came down to, I guess, who you know at that point. And if you have your own plane, obviously you can go fly yourself. But I wasn't making enough money to go fly on my own, get the hours that way. So I pretty quickly realized I was like, all right, yeah, I need to go become a flight instructor. That's probably gonna be my best bet to do this. And here I am.
Here you are.
Just got my CFI like a week ago, and it's going good. Had my first student 2 days ago.
That's right. Well, it wasn't a discovery flight, was it?
No, it wasn't. She skipped the discovery flight.
Yeah, that's right.
So it was a little more rough. So I just threw me straight in the deep end there. It's like, yeah, this is his first training flight ever, and this is her first flight ever. So you're sitting there like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Had to figure it out, and I mean, it all went well. I don't think I stressed her out too bad.
Yeah.
We'll see if she comes back. No, it went good.
And then you had a flight with somebody who's almost finished.
Yeah,
though,
he's
right?
taking his check ride right now.
Yeah.
Like as we're doing this
hopefully he
podcast.
passes.
I think he will.
Yeah.
He's talked to the guy, very smart guy.
Y'all went and just did maneuvers. So that's really what probably the best right there if you get somebody who's already got some hours.
Yeah, it was like night and day between the two of them, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
She's just beginning and he's about to get his license. So that's the second flight. I don't think I ever touched the controls once. It was just kind of like, yeah, do this, do this, do this. Obviously, I'm a little nervous in the right seat. Like, it's my first time flying with the guy. And so I'm still, like, sitting there, like, kind of hovering on the controls.
Yeah.
But I never grabbed him.
Good.
But he did good. I mean, obviously, everybody gets nervous before their check ride. And he had nerves, but he worked through them. He did good.
And you had to explain everything. To
Yes,
her.
for the first
everything you got to tell them everything.
I had to explain everything to her, show her what I'm doing. I had to like constant just like do this, like corrections and whatnot, and like because as a new student, like she was very she didn't want to maneuver, like she didn't want to make the plane do what it needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So like obviously I'm a pretty big guy. I weigh 220 pounds, probably 100 pounds more than this girl. So like the plane's sitting there banking to the right the whole time. So I'm sitting there, you gotta hold it left, roll the plane to the left. That way the plane is staying level. And it's just like a constant the whole time. I'm sitting there having to correct it on that.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's our first flight. You can't,
Yeah.
They're not going to know that. So you have to tell them it and then keep telling them it until they realize.
Until they realize what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if she would have done a discovery flight, she would have been on the sim at first, at least.
So she skipped the discovery flight, skipped the sim. So like all of her learning and like familiarization with the aircraft was done while we were in the actual aircraft. So that's so much more stress.
And that's tough. Yeah. That's
like,
tough.
That is so much more stress that way. So it's just like I would have recommended doing the sim first, but I mean, what better way than jump right in?
There you go.
She said, "This is what I want to do." So
yeah,
like that's what she said. I don't need a discovery flight. This is what I want.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't blame her for doing what she did.
Yeah, I mean, I know if you throw them in the plane, the taxiing's usually kind of hard. They like to move the
I
the
kept
wheel.
telling her, it's like that's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
It's like you gotta have it this way for wind correction, but other than that, it's not gonna do nothing. And she's a short girl, so like she could barely reach the brakes.
Oh yeah.
So we're taxiing at one point. I'm giving her, it's like, yeah, just do it soft, keep us on the line. We start going off the line a little bit. She steps on the brake on the left side. Goes, I was like, no, we're not doing that. Let's stop right there.
No flat spot in the tires.
Let's not flat the spot.
Flat the spot.
Flat the spot.
Flat the spot.
Let's not flat the spot.
Let's not flat spot the tire.
Ryan will take your arm.
Yes.
Your leg.
That's right.
Doesn't matter if it's your first flight. He's taking it.
That's right.
I don't even fly here, and I've heard Ryan say, "Don't flat spot the tires" too many times.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you get a brand new tire on there, and then people want to ride the brakes, you know.
Like, ooh, brand new tires. Let's see how good they are.
And then put a big old flat spot on there.
I gotta leave my mark at Owens Flight Training.
And then you gotta change the tire. You know?
Yeah. I think it was the brand new tire too. Was the one.
They all come for it too. They all come. They would leave their mark, like you said. So you've had 2 students, so that's good. That's good. Got some experience.
It was a great experience.
Yeah. Well, and like in the beginning, you have to work so hard because you got to tell them everything. You know?
Yeah.
They don't know anything. So
they have to learn like the plane, and they also kind of learn if they're with that one flight instructor for the whole time, they're gonna learn like what that flight instructor means by a lot of what they say, because like every flight instructor is going to say things a little bit differently. They have their own little nuances or words they say. It's just they get used to that, and then the trust building between the flight instructor and that student as well is a big thing for nerves as well.
I mean, if you continue with the same student, you know, and I think the landing's probably the hardest to get everybody to. Usually the last thing that people get to understand, you know, is the landing. So for you as an instructor, that'll be hard. And for the student because you have to say the right words to get the student to understand what they need to look at, when they need to do stuff.
And you got to be confident enough that they will do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the time you get to landings, I mean, obviously I haven't taught anybody how to land yet, but it was just like feel like you're going to have that level of like you're gonna have done it so many times with them, like because you're every single flight you're gonna land the plane hopefully. And you're gonna explain it every time that you do it, and then eventually when it gets time for them to go and land the plane, like they're gonna have seen you done it 100 times. And if you explained it well enough, they should have picked it up to where you're doing minimal corrections as they're doing. Obviously you are gonna correct. They're not gonna get it perfect the first time that you let them land. Unless they're me, but that's a different story.
No, I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah.
Well, and then you should do a couple of landings after every flight anyway. Even if you go out and just do climbs, turns, and descents, you know, like, oh, we'll just do 1 or 2 landings. I'll show you a little bit today. And then the next lesson, you go out and do stalls or whatever. And you say, okay, we'll come back to the airport and do
some touch and goes.
Yeah.
I only did the 1 landing with her because I mean it took me.
Well, it's the first day.
It was the first day, and it took me 40 minutes to get the plane like moving because all over the place. I forgot a headset for her. I had to go. I was sitting there stressing out because she could barely reach the pedal. So I was like, do I need to go get a pillow? I called Ryan. He didn't answer. So I was like,
Wow.
all right, well, we're running it.
Oh, we got some pillows in there.
Yeah. I know that now, but it was just kind of like
Just a little frantic.
a little frantic all over the place. Like, I wasn't like stressed out in like a dangerous way. It was just like all right, this is it, and I know nothing.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way you can really do it, because you did the check ride.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, okay, well, now you got to get the experience. So go out there and just do it, because you're not going to have an instructor sitting in there with you.
And no one's going to sit there and tell me, like, no, that's not right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the one that has to know that.
Yeah, you have to make that decision. But that's also why, we do checks throughout the training. So, like, before they solo, we go fly with them, make sure. And then before their check ride, we fly with them, make sure. So make sure you didn't mess it up.
Make sure I didn't mess it up. I mean, I passed the check ride. I must know what I'm doing a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
I can fly the plane.
Yeah, you
can I
fly
teach somebody? That's a different question.
Yeah, You have another level of making you a better pilot by teaching. So there's like different levels. Like, I passed a check ride. But once you actually start doing it, like teaching and practicing it, then it makes you even better pilot, because then you start seeing how good of a pilot you are.
Or how bad of a pilot
you are. But also just to be able to explain it to somebody who knows zero about flying, and then get them there to where they get their license.
Because you also have to figure out how to do that.
Yeah, because you have to relate to people, and you have to figure out how to explain things maybe in different ways than you're used to.
Yeah. And I think the biggest thing about teaching, too, is just the repetition of doing it.
Yeah.
Like saying these things over and over and over again, you find the better way to say these things.
Yeah.
Or just like a different way for different people, obviously. But
you have to get into their head. Like, you go out there, you're trying to teach somebody how to land or do stalls or steep turns or whatever, and then they're not getting it. So then you got to come back in the classroom and say, try to figure out why they're not getting it, or how they're seeing it different than the way you're seeing it. So yeah, it's
fundamentals of instructing.
That's right. FOI. Yes.
Psychology, baby.
That's right.
Flight Tales, woo-woo.
If you've made it this far, you've listened to the entire episode. And for that, we would just like to say thank you, and we hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about today's episode or suggestions for future episodes, just leave a comment or message us, and we'll do our best to answer. If you'd like to check out some fun aviation videos, check out our YouTube channel at Owens Flight Training. Or if you'd like to get more information on becoming a safe, knowledgeable, and confident pilot, just head over to our website, owensflighttraining.com.